8 quarterbacks in the conference better than Byrum Brown? I think not. Welcome on into the Auburn Express, powered by the War Report. I'm your host, Mike G. Turn us on, turn us up. We'll turn it out. I'm here with myself. That's it, just me, here on a Tuesday morning to continue your week. On today's show, we're going to be talking about that schedule and why I think 10-2 is possible when you all break it down. But to start the show, I want to talk about Josh Pate's QB rankings one more time. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Your likes and subscribes help keep us the number one source of Auburn football content anywhere. Let's start at the top. You guys, I've had him on the channel. I love him to death. Josh Pate is a good friend, and I wish him all the success in the world. But we got to talk about your power rankings here on today's show. So if you missed it, we kind of discussed it on a live. There were some power rankings released by Josh Pate, by the Josh Pate College Football Show, where he ranked 8 quarterbacks ahead of Byrum Brown. Now, I'm not saying Byrum Brown is necessarily a top 5 quarterback in the SEC. I think he has the potential to finish as a top 5 quarterback in the SEC, but there were some oddities about this list that we're going to break down in the first half of the show. Let's just get straight to the list. Trinidad Chambliss comes in at number 1, Arch Manning at 2, John Mateer slotting in there at number 3, Georgia's Gunnar Stockton at 4, LSU Sam Levitt at 5. At 6 is whoever is the Alabama QB. This is what it says. It says Alabama QB. So they don't have a starter, but Josh thinks that whoever it is, he's the 6th best quarterback in the conference. At number 7, Lenore Sellers. Number 8, Marcel Reed, Texas A&M. Number 9, Byrum Brown, Auburn. 10, Austin Simmons, Mizzou. Let's start at the one quarterback that he does not think is better than Byrum Brown, and that's Austin Simmons, who famously beat out Trinidad Chambliss at Ole Miss for the job before, as fate should have it, Trinidad becomes the starting QB at Ole Miss and finishes the season as the best QB in college football, in my opinion, guys. I don't necessarily have a problem with Austin Simmons where he's at on the list. Byrum Brown coming in at 9, but after you get above Byrum, this is where it starts to get tricky. These are some really talented dual threat quarterbacks. Byrum Brown, Marcel Reed's, Lenore Sellers. Woo! Guys, straight heat there. All 3 of those guys can tote the rock. They can sling the rock. You know, Byrum is the only quarterback in this bunch that's thrown for 3,000 and run 4,000 in a single season. Guys, when SEC QBs run for 1,000 yards, magic happens. So, you know, if Byrum Brown's going to do that this year, I think Auburn's going to have a pretty good year. But I'm not beefing with Marcel Reed and Lenore Sellers necessarily above Byrum Brown at this point. But the Alabama QB, come on, man. Come on. Alabama is going to start somebody who has nowhere near the starts of the college football level that Byrum Brown has. Remember what Alex Golesh told us. He said that Byrum Brown is not just a good running quarterback. He is an elite runner of the football. Alabama is not – they're not going to have anybody as elite as Byrum Brown running the football at QB this year. Come on, Josh. And now I don't know if he's a Kalen DeBoer denier or if he's a Kalen DeBoer, you know, stan or what's going on there. But Alabama, in my book, is clearly trending down. And part of what is hard to do that somehow Saban pulled off was he had an incredible run of choosing starting quarterbacks, starting at Jalen Hurts, followed by Tua. Then they gave us Mac Jones. Then they gave us Bryce Young. Then they gave us Jalen Milroe. And then Saban retired. It's pretty good. There's a pretty good run of quarterbacks there by Saban. It was bound to end. I think it's over at Alabama in terms of hitting home runs at quarterback year in and year out. Above the Alabama QB is Sam Levitt. I said this on another show, but I want to be clear here. Lane Kiffin somehow always ends up with the best quarterback before the season falls to crap. But sometimes he doesn't always pick the right one out of the gate. They're going to get it kicked off with Sam Levitt. If you don't know much about his work, he took Arizona State to the college football playoffs a couple of years ago. They gave Texas a run for their money in that college football game. Texas eventually came out on top, but I was really impressed with Arizona State that year. Now, he did have a monster at running back in Cam Scatterbo. You know, he's going to be playing on a really talented team. I'll be interested to see. FanDuel has given LSU a 9.5 over under. So, you know, where they ultimately end up is going to be really interesting. And then you get into the top 4. Gunnar Stockton, I think he's being a little disrespected here at 4. As a matter of fact, I think Gunnar Stockton is the second best quarterback in this conference right now. He's got John Mateer at 3, Arch Manning at 2, and then Trinidad Chambliss at 1. I'm probably slotting Gunnar Stockton in at 2. It's tough, but I'm going to put John Mateer at 3, Arch Manning at 4, and then, you know, the rest is all there is. Guys, there's not so after Trinidad Chambliss and Gunnar Stockton, I think that next 8 QBs are all right there with each other. If I had to ask Josh one question, I would ask him, what's the gap between these guys? Because Byrum Brown may be 8th on this list, but that doesn't mean that the guys rated ahead of him are that much better. They might be slightly better in his mind. They might be, you know, better at certain things. But ultimately, this comes down to you haven't done it in the SEC, so we're not going to give you the benefit of the doubt. That's really what it comes down to. Byrum Brown hasn't done it in the SEC yet, which I pray, as a fan, I pray that they take him lightly. I pray that all the defenses take Byrum Brown lightly, because it takes me back to that 2010 feeling when Cam would hit the field, and early in that 2010 season, it was a lot of, oh, wait till they play LSU, or wait till they play this team or that team. And week after week, they just ran out of teams. And at some point, people had to start to admit that Cam was absolutely unstoppable. Will Byrum Brown be unstoppable? I don't know. But I know that he has the talent and potential to potentially be. Now, Cam had a very, very senior-laden offensive line. I'm not sure that Byrum Brown is going to have that sort of offensive line, but this is a different college football game than when Cam was playing. Makes me feel old to say that. As we're recording this, it is technically still my birthday, but at the ripe age of 43, I can tell you that the game has changed. When Cam won the national title, I was 27. So it's going to be interesting to watch this perception. People get worked up over lists and rankings, but I'm not really that bent out of shape over this list, because I don't think there's a huge gap after the number 1 and number 2 in this league. This is a really good crop of SEC quarterbacks. Kamario Taylor didn't make this list because he only ranked the top 10. But, guys, he's going to be really, really good this year, I think. I just think he's on a really bad team. Byrum Brown has got to go out and prove it. His coach has put unbelievable faith in him to bring him here, to give him the job, and to say, hey, look, I need to get my Auburn tenure kicked off right. I'm not in the camp that's going to accept 6-6 or 7-5. I think 8-4 with Byrum Brown, if it's clicking, if you got the right guys. You've inherited a lot of talent. You kept your defensive coordinator. And that defense should provide Byrum a lot of opportunities to get the ball in his hands and drive down the field and prove why you are better than all the quarterbacks they rated in front of you. Auburn, guys, has the 12th hardest schedule in the SEC. That means there are 11 other teams with a harder schedule than Auburn. So your opportunity is right there in front of you. I know the schedule is tough in October, but if you look at everybody else's schedule, everyone in the SEC has about a 4 or 5 game stretch that looks absolutely murderous. If you're Auburn's, yours is at least somewhat manageable. Tennessee could be starting a true freshman quarterback. Go into Tennessee, go into Neyland and get that win. defend home turf versus LSU, and you could be 6-2 headed into November with every goal in college football still in front of you. Now, if it sounds like I'm making the case for Auburn to finish 10-2, it's because I am. And we're going to talk about the case that I'm making right after a quick word from our friends at the Mike Sly Foundation. I'm Mike Gittins.
And I'm Mike Jones.
And we are the founders of The Wool Report on YouTube. We cover Auburn football.
Did you know that 1 in 6 black men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer?
And black men have the highest death rate too.
But it's nearly 100% treatable if caught early.
And all it takes is a simple blood test.
That's why we're partnering with the Mike Sly Foundation
to help raise awareness through their
Blue Shoe Moves Challenge.
Here's our Blue Shoe Move.
All right, Mike, what you got?
Now we challenge Dion Gordon from Tech Birmingham.
Funny man, you know my boy, you need to come do this.
And John Cohen, athletic director of Auburn University. Now go make a donation.
Or make your move.
Or do both.
And help us spread the word
and save lives.
Together, we can change the game for men's health.
Support for today's show is brought to you by our friends at Abel's Iron Known Moore and Associates. That's AMA. The guys there, your friendly Auburn fiduciary financial advisors. If you need to get your finances in order, maybe you have some financial goals that you want to meet, both short-term and long-term, the good folks at Abel's Iron Known Moore and Associates can get you headed on the right path to financial freedom. You don't need $1 million to need a financial advisor. You just need a paycheck and you need some things you care about, and they can get you on the right track. Guys, they've been doing this for over 25 years, helping both families and small businesses get their finances going, make sure that you're taking advantage of every tax advantage that you could be, and to make sure you're set up for life. So whether you're saving money for retirement, maybe you have a kid that's going off to college or needs a new car in a few years. Maybe you want a new car in a few years. Abel's Iron Known Moore and Associates can make sure that your money is working for you. Give them a call at 912-777-4128. Again, that's 912-777-4128, or visit them on the web at AIMAINC.com. Again, that's www.AIMAINC.com. If you're watching this on social media or on YouTube, scan the QR code on the screen. It'll do the heavy lifting for you. The War Report has been compensated by Abel's Iron Known Moore and Associates for this endorsement. AMA is a SEC registered investment advisor. Registration as an investment advisor does not imply a certain level of skill or training. Guys, support for today's show is also brought to you by our friends at the Vibe Vault. You can find them at 3462 Crosswinds Road, Suite E in Phoenix City, Alabama. If you're in the Columbus, Phoenix City area and you're looking to get fresh for the weekend, the Vibe Vault is the place for you. They're on Highway 431, right across the street from Chattahoochee Valley Community College, next to the Renfro Supermarket and the Marco's Pizza. The Vibe Vault, not just barbers, lifestyle consultants. Let's jump back in here. Could Auburn reach 10-2 this season? I'm gonna make my best case for why I think they can to close the show. So I'm gonna pull the schedule up here, and I want you guys to go on this ride with me because I think it's possible. I know there are those who will hit the comments after this video and say, Mike, you're absolutely crazy. You say this every year, blah blah blah. It's a brand new year. I don't care. We're doing this. Baylor. I told you guys last year Auburn would put 38 on Baylor. They absolutely did. This year, they're going to put 40 or 50 something on Baylor. I'm not ready to call that score just yet, but Auburn should win this game by multiple scores. Then you got Southern Miss. Southern Miss is a win, period. Moving on. Then you got Florida. This is the game that really can give you some cushion or make you feel behind the 8 ball early in the SEC. You can't lose your SEC opener at home in your debut season. Just can't do it. And you can't lose it to John Summerall, the guy who had your job in his hands. Walked away from it. You got it. Beat him. Don't let him come in your house and get out with a win. Vanderbilt, no Diego Pavia, potentially a 5-star freshman true freshman quarterback starting there. Got to go get that win. That's in your house. Now, here's where the fun begins. Auburn has to go on the road to play Tennessee, Georgia, LSU, and Tennessee, Georgia, Ole Miss, and then there's LSU at home sandwiched in there between Georgia and Ole Miss. Guys, I think that Tennessee is gettable in Neyland October 3rd. If you had to pull a win out of October, that's the one you do it with. And I think they can do it. Now, we'll see what Tennessee is looking at like by week 5, but I like Auburn to give them a run for their money in Knoxville. I've got the Tigers winning that game. That's 5-0 for Auburn to start. I've talked about the Georgia game at length when we did boss, toss, and loss. That's an L. Until further notice. Auburn has been competitive in these Georgia games, but the game is in Athens. They haven't won there since 2005. I don't think that starts this year. Then you come home, and you got Lane Kiffin's LSU. I think this is the other one that you go get. You beat Tennessee at Tennessee, and then you come home and you defend home turf. So you're 5-0 or 4-0 technically at home by beating LSU. Get after Sam Levitt, make him uncomfortable, make Lane have to pull every trick out of the book to try to beat you. In this one, Auburn wins that game right now. And they're sitting at, that's right, I got them 6-1 after the LSU game. Ole Miss, I think this is a winnable game, but things go wrong, so I'm giving them the L here. Then now you're 6-2 headed into November. This is right where you want to be. Our friends at FanDuel say that Arkansas and Mississippi State are the worst teams in the SEC. You heard that right. They are the worst teams. Arkansas is plus 20,000, as is Mississippi State, to win the SEC. So you can't lose either one of those games. Arkansas is at home. Mississippi State is on the road. I like the Auburn Tigers to win both of those games. You are now 8-2, and you got Samford up next. You beat them, you're 9-2, and on the line in the Iron Bowl is a playoff berth. And you got to go into Tuscaloosa and get the first win there since 2010. That's right. It's been 16 years since Auburn has gone into Tuscaloosa and gotten out with a win. The last time they went to Tuscaloosa, they turned Alabama over 4 times and lost. If DJ Durkin turns in that sort of performance this go around, I got to believe with Byrum Brown, a healthy Byrum Brown at quarterback, that they're going to have enough juice to finish the deal and get the win versus Alabama. Guys, that's how Auburn makes the college football playoff. A 10-2 Auburn with the 13th hardest schedule in the country is going to the college football playoff. Now, if you don't think that's possible, I don't know what to tell you. In every good year Auburn football has had, the year before, everybody would have told you the result was impossible. It's kind of what Auburn majors in, the impossible. Dare I say they've got the SEC right where they want them. Do you guys think 10-2 is possible? Yeah, probably not. Probably stand alone in this, but I do think that is their true ceiling for the 2026 season. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. It's just me this morning, but I want to thank you guys for joining me on today's show. Before we get out of here, YouTube has a feature we want to tell you all about. YouTube now has a hype button just for the content you love the most. The War Report is delivering the coverage you count on daily, so smash that hype button to help the channel reach more college sports fans. It's a great way to support our work. Smash that hype button. Smash that hype button. Also, guys, go over to the MikeSlyFoundation.org and get ready for their Blue Shoe Ball on September 3rd. We're going to be hosting a live podcast from Regents Field in Birmingham. Myself, Ike Jones. It's going to be a blast. We are changing the game for men's health by encouraging men to get tested for prostate cancer early. Detecting it early is a great way to fight it. Early detection is our best defense against prostate cancer, and we need to spread the word. Help us do that by donating to the Mike Sly Foundation or by buying a ticket to the Blue Shoe Ball or one of the many events they have coming up, which you can find at MikeSlyFoundation.org. Hit the comments after the video. Let us know what you think. Can Auburn pull off 10-2? And did Josh Pate get it right? Are there really 8 quarterbacks better than Byrum Brown in the SEC? We want to hear from you. While you're in that comment section, smash that super thanks button. Your financial support helps keep the work that we're doing here going. Please hit like and subscribe. We are the War Report on every social media platform. TW Report on TikTok. We're signing off, and as always, Warriors.